Last week's episode covered the design and build phase of the canopy. Go back and check that one out if you missed it. It was awesome watching this thing come together. But for now, let's crack on with this episode. So since the last time I saw you, Kenny, it's been to the powder coaters.
Yeah.
And it looks wicked, mate.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good.
So show us what you've done. That looks killer. So it's a textured black, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's a texture of black, they call it.
Yeah.
It's got a slight little texture, but not too much.
And it is powder coat, isn't it? Not
yeah,
paint.
It's all powder coated. Still waiting on a few pieces, like we've got to knock up the spare wheel holder, the jerry can holder as well.
Yeah.
Work on the sides and the ladder as well in the middle.
Oh, and you finished the rack since I've seen it last as well.
Yeah, so we've got the side rails on, stainless fasteners on the sides, and
yeah. Also, everything's aluminium except stainless mounts to the chassis and stainless fixings. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
These tubes in the middle, these are for the boat rack.
Yep.
Just to stiffen it all up and tie it in together. She's solid as a rock now.
It looks wicked, mate.
Yeah, pretty happy with it.
All the guards and stuff are done as well, hey?
Yep, so we got everything else back from powder coat.
Toolboxes, guards came up a treat. Rear panel came up an absolute treat as well. The boys actually had already knocked out a set of doors for this, but they've made sort of minor design revisions, hey?
Yeah, we're just slight little changes. Like we're only like 90% happy with them, so I thought we'll just do them again. And
that's what I like about you fellas. Everything's going to be 100% bang on, or they're not happy with it.
Yeah.
Which is cool. We're going to end up with a amazing canopy. So they're the doors down there that you first built.
Yeah, so we put them all together, and we weren't quite happy with the external finish.
Yeah. Thought you could do better.
A couple of lumps that you will see. So we just want to make it look nice. So.
Yeah. So you've redesigned it so there's less welding, which makes it quicker for you guys to knock out.
Yeah, it also makes it easier for us to make them, so that's a bonus as well.
Yeah. So you can knock them out a little bit quicker, and you're not going to get heat marks through on the panel.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is cool because you've managed to build the entire canopy without any heat marks showing through, which is just nuts. Most canopies you see have boulders and heat marks everywhere.
Yeah, you do see some canopies on the market with the lumps and bumps on the walls, and it's just not something we wanted to do.
And also, since I've seen you last, you've started knocking out the next one.
Yeah.
Well, the next two actually, haven't you?
Yeah, there's a few on the go at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's getting there.
So I think by the time you see this video, if you're interested in getting ThunderFab to build a canopy for you, do touch base with them, have a chat to them, because they're not even advertising yet, and they've already got jobs. They've already got a few jobs on the go, don't they?
Yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, today's the day. The boys have just picked up the last of the powder coating, and the winch is all set up. Oh, you got the new electric winch. I only just noticed that. Not the old come along. That'll be easier. But I brought the old bus in. The old canopy's coming off. Out of interest, we're going to weigh the old canopy. We're going to weigh the new canopy once it's all complete, doors and all that. And all going well, we've got everything together to bolt this thing onto the car today. So that's the plan. Been waiting for this day for a while now. We're all pretty excited, so should be a good day. There may be some odd bolts in there. The bloke who installed it's pretty dodgy. So what we'll do is we'll weigh this canopy as it is. So I've gutted it. The toolboxes are empty. The water tank's off it. So essentially, it'll just be the canopy, the tray, the toolboxes, the guards. And the reason I'm going to measure it like that with the roof racks on as well, because then it's a fair comparison of what we're going to be bolting on. And I'm hoping that it'll be similar weight or slightly lighter what we're planning to fit, and definitely a hell of a lot stronger. I'm going to get one of the boys on camera shortly if they'll agree to, just to run through some of the differences between the old Canopy and the new one, and sort of explain why my old one's fallen apart. Be interesting to hear from their perspective. Have a look at the roof rack. I mean, we haven't given it too much care, to be honest, because this thing's getting basically scrapped. It can't handle its own sort of weight, that rack. I guess it's not designed to.
Hey,
256 kilos, there you go. Feels so good to have that off. Even though it's really light construction, it's still quite heavy, so interesting. So you guys, these are like some sort of polyurethane or something, is it?
Yeah.
The block?
Yep. Yeah. High density polyethylene.
Sounds good. Plastic. So obviously that stops like dissimilar metals and that, but also some sort of shock absorption, is that right?
Yeah, it just provides a bit of a damping effect as well.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of shock loading through the chassis into the canopy if that's hard mounted.
Yeah.
You can imagine corrugations and stuff like that. It's going to shake whatever's attached to it shake it apart pretty easily.
Something's got to give, eh?
That's right. So yeah, this will help.
Yeah. And stainless mounts, they look a lot better than the sheet metal ones
Yep.
I had before.
Definitely laser cut stainless.
Yeah.
Nice and strong.
Laser cut, TIG welded,
Yep.
stainless.
All that good stuff.
Magic. What do you think, babe?
Leave your door open.
Are you on camera? You want John?
It's purely that way.
And Kenny, you're just working on the doors at the moment, eh?
Yeah, they're just putting the doors together.
So this is the revised design. A couple of little changes, eh, between the last one?
Yeah, so the other one, there's a fair bit of welding in the door.
So a little bit quicker for you guys to knock out, and less likely to get any sort of distortion from the heat, eh?
Yeah.
I love the finish on those doors too, eh? So the black on the canopy was kind of like a textured sort of finish, eh?
Yeah, so it's textured satin black, I guess you call it.
Yeah.
And this is like a gloss.
And this was colour coded powder coat, yeah, and it's like a smoother sort of gloss finish, looks wicked.
Yeah.
And like for people coming in and getting a canopy made, have you got like a selection of like paint options?
Yeah, so we've got a fairly good selection of colours.
Yeah, and finishes too, eh? Like different textures and that.
Yeah.
You can come around here, chat to the boys, have a look, work out what you want to run, and then towards the end of it, when you're deciding on colours or whatever, you can duck around the corner, bring your car if you want, and he can colour code your car. Or you can have a look at the selection. They've got a booklet here, which I'll show you, that's got a few selections of different finishes, different colours. Otherwise, you can whip down to the painter yourself and have a look at what they can do. Boys have assembled the doors. They've got the hinges on there. They're a Centerflex plastic hinge. They've got the seals on, and they're just putting the struts on. And then I guess it's door hardware, and then that side's probably finished, eh?
Yeah, plumb up that fuel.
Oh yeah.
Plumb up the fuel for
So these latches from UES Industries, is that what they're called?
Yeah, UES.
UES. They're going to integrate into the factory central locking, so my factory key fob will lock all the doors, and it'll also lock the toolboxes. They're the matching ones on the toolboxes. And that's something you can do, you should be able to do for any customer, eh? The central locking. So the old girl had these stainless steel piano hinges, and one of the dramas with that is that obviously you get dust and crap gets in between those little knuckles, but also when you lift the door, if there's any water on it, the water will come through the joins in the hinge and into your canopy. With the PVC hinge that the boys are putting on this, the Centerflex, which is quite popular, it is completely sealed. It's one piece the whole way. So any water on the door, when you open it, runs off the side of the hinge down into this gutter section, and then it clears the sort of inside area of the canopy and runs out. Just really helps keeping this whole thing dustproof and waterproof. Clever. And if you're wondering about the longevity of these hinges like I was, I'd not heard of them before. They're tested for 20,000 cycles, and that's not to say that they're not going to survive longer than 20,000. That wasn't a failure. That's just as long as that test cycle goes. So they're widely used, and they're really resilient.
Righto, that's the canopy fully suspended under the weight of the crane, and that's the final weight. See that? 233.4. That's 22 kilos lighter. That's not bad, eh? Heap more strength. A lot better looking. 100%.
Mm. Yes.
You said we were going to be quick.
We are going to be quick. We get going soon. Hey, what do you reckon? Nice flaps? I knew you'd have good flaps, Kenny. Do you reckon the mud flaps look good?
Yeah.
Good. What am I even talking about, do you know? What am I talking about?
I don't know.
I didn't think so. I think they look good. That looks sick. Yeah.
You got the one of those canvas bins?
Not yet. I'm going to get him to make me one. So when you drill through these top fixings, that's going to go into the frame, isn't it?
Tube, yeah.
So there's heaps holding this. Probably can't see anything in there, but trust me. It's a beautiful thing. So what I thought I'd do for you, just to demonstrate that water and dust ingress issue that I had in this, is I bought a little cheap smoke machine off eBay, and I'm gonna close all the doors on this, smoke this thing out, and you know, you'll see the smoke coming out of all the cracks and the holes and all the rest of it, obviously, and that sort of demonstrates how I was getting water and dust inside it. And then I'll move all this setup into the new canopy and I'll show you the difference. So that'll be cool. Let's do that. Straight away. So that's the door seals not doing their job, obviously. And out of that crack in the corner in there, there's smoke coming through there as well. There's going to be smoke coming through everywhere. So when I'm off-road and I'm hitting pockets of bull dust and stuff, this thing was just getting absolutely filled. Heavy downpour, it was filling full of water. The water and the dust was mixing together, and then there was mud baths inside. Should we smoke out the new one? Feeling confident?
Yeah, of course we are.
So far, so good. We had smoke straight away on the last one, didn't we? Nothing yet. Got to be happy with that. Nothing, eh?
Nah,
Yeah, I will.
don't say anything.
Righto, that's more than we put in the first one, and that's looking wicked. Right, I can't even see inside now. That's just totally smoked out. That's thick in there. It's really good. You happy with that?
Oh yeah,
That's wicked.
gotta be happy with that.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the difference. Proper seals, proper locks, proper construction, no cracked welds, and you end up with a canopy that's waterproof and dustproof. Let's crack this open so you can have a look at how much is in here. Sorry about smoking out your shed, boys. Whoa. Like a disco. So that's it for this episode, guys. Next week's episode, we start to fit out the empty canopy with drawers, fridge cage, switch panel, a slide-out kitchen bench with an induction plate built into it. We also fit the jerry can holder, water tank, awning, and heaps of other bits and pieces. Make sure to subscribe, guys, so you don't miss out. Cheers. See you in the next one.
Check it out.